fired and abruptly.
Recording.
Yes. Or something has just happened and you're not able to wrap your head around it. What usually happens is that people respond differently because there are always negative emotions. We have fear, we have anxiety, all bubbling in you, and you're wondering, what can I do about this situation? And I wanted to say that you can do something by focusing, being positive. You can be positive on what you want because the emotional part of our brain is wired to alert us when there are potential threats. And you losing your job is a potential threat because you're like, you're used to getting this money. What will happen to your children? What will happen to your bills? What is going to happen? Where will you get another job? So even instead of thinking constructively, you realize that you will retract and you're wondering what happens. Now, maybe you've lost a loved one. No one can ever help. Like, I mean, it's just an emotional. These are people you have been with, and all of a sudden they are gone. You do not know how to survive. But I can tell you that this is it's a very delicate stage, but you can respond to it by being positive and just having constructive thoughts. You can choose to look at it differently because the Bible says that now faith, Hebrews 11:1 says that now faith is the assurance of the things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. That yes, I have lost this, I have done this, I have done this, but I will trust you for peace. I will trust you for restoration. The things you're trusting God to restore, these things you can't see them, you do not even know, but you will trust God for them. So when you have faith, you realize that, you know what, you're not going to back down. You're not just going to let it go. You will stop focusing on the things that are around you, how bad the situation is. You will stop focusing on the worst case scenario and you will start looking at the best case scenario. And you are like, okay, this has happened. It's okay. It is your will, God. It is your will. And even if it's not your will, I thank you because if this was a mistake, I am glad you're with me. You will never leave me alone. You'll never forsake me. Speak to yourself. Have a pep talk that is going to help you actually survive through that. And that's what we are saying, that you look at the best case scenario, not the worst case scenario. But it is not easy. For example, when I lost my dad, I was just a young second year who has just joined school. My dad was everything. My dad was my mentor. My dad was my teacher. He was my best friend. I would call on my dad anytime, anywhere, everywhere. My friends who knew me during my times when the times I had my dad was everything. So when I was told, Amma, when my dad passed on, I didn't know who to run to. I would have run to him to tell him this is the situation, but he is the one who has gone. So I didn't know what to do. I was filled with fear. I didn't know whether I would complete campus. I didn't know how my mom was going to survive. I didn't know how my brothers were going to survive. But I was just like, God, you are God. I don't know, but you will help me. I had to, I felt sorry. I felt anxious. I felt like the world is crumbling. But I remember looking back and I'm like, God, I do not know how, but you are the father of the fatherless. I will trust you. I will believe you. And even as I started to say that, I realized that there were some positive emotions coming. There was hope. There was something elicited in my brain, something that would tell me, yes, it will be okay. It is okay. And then I moved into the adapt stage. Adapt stage is where you adjust to change, adversity. Like it is a place where now you start you accept, like acceptance, like okay, this has happened. You have some level of tolerance and you have compassion. So I started thinking about it in a positive way, and I was like, Dad has been sick for over 10 years. He has struggled. We have seen him suffer. We have seen him, his health retrogress. We have seen him like it was just bad. And we are like, it is okay. I know we would have wanted to have you more, but I think the suffering you have taken is too much. You start looking at issues with compassion. You start feeling like it's just a way of now accepting and moving that, you know what? I've lost this job. There's nothing I can do. I can't go back to the company. I can only move forward. I can only move forward and I'm going to move forward. Oh, this has happened. I didn't expect this will happen, but okay, this is the shocking revelation of my current situation. But you know what? I can't dwell on it. I can't stay there. I can't stay in seasons of pain, but I can learn to grow with it. And I actually wanted to say that time does not do anything. People say, give it time, you will heal and everything. Time does not heal anyone. What you do with your time is what determines the course of what will happen. So if you need healing, what are you doing? Are you deliberately making steps towards that healing? Are you doing something that will lead you to that healing? If you're doing that, then for sure you're going to heal. Time will heal you. But if not, there is nothing. You will remain the same person, the same bitter person, the same frustrated person, the same complaining person if you don't. And I also wanted to note that adopt stage is not the adoption stage is not adopting to adversity or to change is not the same as recovering from that adversity. So yes, I adopt, I feel compassion and everything, that yes, my dad is gone, but it doesn't mean that I have recovered. No, it doesn't. So that provides a temporal window for coping, for me to adjust to change, for me to just, I'm not resigning to the helplessness of this situation, but I'm just saying, okay, this is what has happened, and this is the circumstances. This is where I am. There's nothing much I can do about it, but I can only hope that one day, for sure, as the Bible says, that we will meet again, we will meet again. Because I'm a Christian, I have faith, I believe in it. I don't know what you believe in, but at least you're gonna have to believe in something. And that is what we are saying. So, and in this season, you can just try to do something different. You can relax, you can choose to create new routines, because your mind is predictable. You're used to waking up in the morning, you see someone like especially for example, when you lose someone you have been taking care of. My mom wakes up and is like, I need to make tea for my husband, I need to feed him, I need to check him out and everything. But guess what? These things have been taken away. He felt maybe satisfaction in taking care of him, hoping that he will be well, but these things are no longer there. The person is gone, and now your life is empty. Now, if you do not, brains usually predict patterns, but now if there is emptiness, it feels that you're not safe, you're not secure. So you need to create other routines that will fit into this. So instead of you feeling sorry for whatever is happening or the situation you're having, you can choose to replace it. You can choose to say, now I'll go do something different. You can replace it with other things, either exercises or whatever routine that is on your list. You can replace it, and that will also just help you not go through a vicious circle of frustration, because it can take you back to the survival stage. Then you move on to the third stage, which is recovery. Under this stage, this is one of the most important stage, but it is filled with boredom, frustration, just different feelings, because you're just trying to let go. Like, this is the feeling you have been holding on, but you're trying to let go and saying, no, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. I'm done with this bad company. I'm done with this bad bosses. I'm done with this struggling of debt to debt. I'm done with this behavior. I am done. I want a difference. I am done with this junk food. I am done. I am going to work out. I am done looking the way I'm looking. So many things. And in that season, you are feeling motivated that you are going to change the circumstances of your life. And you realize that as you embark on a journey, there is a lot of determination, there is a lot of courage inside of you. And you realize that, yes, you can bounce back. No matter what happens, you try, you keep bouncing back, you keep bouncing back, you keep encouraging yourself. And that is one of the most important stage, because it is a stage where you seriously take action. You seriously take action to change your life. You seriously take action step by step to renew your motivation, to visualize your life and say, this is where I want to go. Yes, this has happened. I have survived. I have adopted, but I want to recover fully. I want to move on with my life. You stop focusing on the past and you just focus on the future. Now, that stage ushers you into the thriving stage. Now, this thriving stage is where by now you have had all the feelings that you were having. The feelings have come and gone. The feelings are there. You have processed and you're still processing your emotions, and you have established routines that are working for you, that have replaced the other. There will be moments of thinking and stuff, but you have established moments that can help you move forward. And in that season, you can ask where you are thriving. There are several questions that you can ask. And one of the questions that you can ask yourself is, what was the response to the crisis initially? Like when I heard my dad had passed on, I was angry. I I felt fear. I felt nervous. I was anxious. That was my reaction. When things happen to me, what happens to me? Of course, there is always that nervousness. What happens? What was your situation? What did you feel? Did you feel calm about it? Did you feel upset about it? Were you angry about it? Were you relieved? Whatever is happening, ask yourself that question. Then you can also look at another question, that what did I learn to help me adopt or cope with that situation? What did I learn to help me adopt or cope with that situation? For example, did you seek any support to help you in that particular situation? Did you seek any support to help you in that situation? Were your expectations or behaviors changed in that situation? What personal strength helped through the crisis? In that crisis you had, everyone has had a crisis in their life, big and small. Everyone has had a crisis. What strength, what personal strength helped you go through that crisis? Were your inner levels of resilience discovered? Were your inner levels of resilience discovered? Did you succumb? Did you win? What happened to you? Did it create stronger determination or greater flexibility? Did you have stronger determination or greater flexibility? You can also ask yourself a question like, what was learned through that experience? What did you learn from that experience? How can you react better next time? Because whatever happened had an outcome, and the outcome can never change. My dad passed on, and there was nothing I was going to do to bring him back. I tried praying for him not to die, but he died. Even that particular time when I went to see him to the morgue, I thought he would come back, but he didn't. And I was left alone to survive. My mom was a housewife, and I'm supposed to pay my school fees. I'm supposed to go on. Looks like this is the scenario I have to change with. So what am I going to do? I'm going to look for a way forward to finish my school, to think about other things. And in this thriving stage, I have overcome. I have not, of course, I will still miss my dad and everything, but I'm looking at my future now and I'm thinking, okay, dad is gone. One day we will meet, but I need to move on. I need to support my parents. I need to support my siblings. How do I come in? What am I going to, what is it that I'm bringing on the table? How will we get through this thing? Because again, God is there. God is there, and there is never, I want you to know that, yes, even if someone leaves, there is never a vacuum in our lives because God fills us. God fills that vacuum. So even in terms of resilience and building up, God is still our Father. He takes care of us. It's never about us. It's never about even the people who are in our lives. They help us move forward, but we will still conquer no matter what happens in our lives. Now, please let's take a break and ask ourselves what we have had. But most importantly, I want us to do a small exercise, please, a small exercise, and it's called How Resilient Are You? How resilient are you? Before we can complete with the last thing. And I want us to answer this question. The answer is as simple as, Doreen, you can take us to slide 13, please, before we come back to slide 11. Please take us to slide 13. And I want us to answer those questions. And I want you to post your answers on the chat, please, on the chat, so that we can look at it and discuss. There is no wrong answer. It's just a simple evaluation. And I'm just going to give you 3 minutes because it is just the first thing that comes in your mind. So question number 1, when faced with a tough task, do I avoid it or I break into smaller steps? And you want to be very sincere. You want to be very sincere. So I have answered mine. Question 2, how often do I reflect on my purpose or long-term goals? Answer A is rarely. Answer B, frequently. It keeps me grounded. Please answer the question. I've answered mine. Question 3, when I fall, my first reaction is, do you blame yourself? I do that a lot. Learn and try again. Like, what do you do? When you fall, when you're not able to complete that task, when your boss calls you, when the business is not working, when the kids you have worked so hard to train, what do you do? What do you do? Do you blame yourself? Do you learn and try again? Yes, because for me, I blame myself completely. Let's keep going. How do I stay disciplined? I struggle with consistency. I have routines that keep me on track. So let's see. How do I stay disciplined? Do you stay disciplined? Okay. So the thing is, A, I struggle with consistency. I have routines that keep me on track. What is your answer? Please write it down. Please share. Thank you. I can see answers coming on. Yeah. Thank you. How often do I let fear or doubt stop me? How often do I let fear and doubt stop me? Often, rarely. I push through it. How often, please? Yes. How often do I let fear stop me? Okay. Since we have answered it, let's see. Let's see by the show of please by sharing your answer on the chat. Tell me how many A's did you score? We only have 5. Out of 5, you have how many A's do you have and how many B's do you have? So you can write and say 3 A's, 2 B's, or 4 A's, 1 B, or 5 B's, 0 A's. 5 A's, Lydia, Karim. Nice. Lydia, 5 A's. Please share, keep sharing. Avoid frequently, keep when you add that 5 B's. Gideon, 5 B's. Yes. Please keep coming. We are how many people on the chat? James Maina, 5 B's. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I can't see more answers. How many A's? How many B's? 2 B's, 2 A's, 3 A's. Please share. 3 A's, 2 B's. Wanjiku, nice. 1 A, 4 B's. Bridget, thank you. 3 A's, 2 B's. Timothy Mutemi, thank you. Are there more answers? Okay, let's wrap it up by saying this. If you have B's, please clap for yourself. we are doing well. We have excellent resilient mind, or we have built our resilience and we are on the right trajectory. And I need you to remember that this is the things that we do constantly and continuously. You cannot just say that now today I have resilient mind, you stop there. No, we have to consistently keep moving forward and everything. If you have 5 L's, tafadhali, your resilience level is very wanting. But the beauty about this life is that resilience is a skill you can learn. Resilience is a skill you can learn, you can cultivate, and you can grow it. Because if we are saying that, how do I stay disciplined? I struggle with consistency. I have routines. This is that you can say, yes, you're struggling with consistency, but you can put routines in place that will help you. What is your nature of your job? What do you need to accomplish? How am I going to accomplish it? You can simply make a timetable and say, this is what I'm going to do. You can establish rituals in your lives and say that I will be doing this 10 minutes every day. I will be working out 10 minutes every day. I will always pray before I go to sleep. I will read a book, one book a month. I will study, I will visit friends. It's something you can grow. If you have 3 A's, 2 B's, yes, you're pushing, you're in the right direction. If you have 3 B's, 2 A, it is still good. You can still grow, you can still move. Wherever you are today, you don't have to be there forever. You can always grow and move to the next stage. And let me tell you how you're going to grow and go through, after you have gone through all these things we are saying, the hardships, the challenges, you want to make impact. Resilience is just not, we have clearly said that yes, it is for the tough times that have passed and are coming, but also it is for us who want to make impact. It is for us who want to sustain our focus and our motivation. We are saying it's for us who want to overcome self doubt and fear. It is for us who do not know what tomorrow holds, and still tomorrow will come. So, we have the thriving circle of resilience where we can survive. We move to adoption stage, we move to recovery, and we thrive finally. But let me tell you what is going to make you thrive and what is going to make you succeed. Number one thing that you need to have in your lifespan is purpose and vision. When you have purpose and vision, you have a why. You have something to fight for. You have something that keeps you anchored in the midst of challenges. When challenges arise, you know what you're supposed to do. You know the assignment of the season. So no matter what is happening, you will still be strong enough to pursue that vision and goals. Let me tell you, it's different for an employee to come to an organization that is running. When it closes down, they will walk away and move to another organization. But what happens to the owner of that business? They will choose two things will happen. If they had a purpose and a vision, they will fight for their organization. They will fight for their business. They will fight for their career. They will fight for their children. They will fight for whatever it is, whatever it takes, because of the vision and the purpose. But if that is not your vision, is not your purpose, you are just there, you will walk away and go somewhere else that has something that looks like you can do. So having a purpose and a vision is one of the things that will sustain us, and that is what will necessitate that we build a resilient mind. Then we have self-awareness and mindset. When you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, your emotions, triggers, that will help you develop the right mindset to push through obstacles and break through limiting beliefs. You will not say that in my culture we don't do that, or I can't just do that. I don't know. I have never done that. I have never done. I can't do that. I might not do that. Those are things that limit us. But when you are self-aware and you know your strength and you know your weakness, you are like, I do not know how to do this, but I can learn. That is a mindset that is resilient, a mindset that is willing to try. So it shifts you around because you are self-aware, you know your capabilities, and you're willing to stretch. You know the things that you can stretch into. That is very important, self-awareness. We know how we react. We know how we can go through these obstacles, and our mindset shifts to align with our beliefs. That is very important. And then we have healing, emotional healing, or emotional agility and healing. And that one, we are saying that how long do you take to navigate from disappointment? How fast do you let to oh, sorry, Doreen, please, can you help us move to the slides? I think they can't see. Move back to slide 11. Someone has asked that. Thank you. Yes, thank you. They can take some notes. So we are saying, how fast do you navigate from disappointment? There is this one person, something just happened. It happened 10 years ago, but you're still dwelling there. You're still mad about that particular thing. You're still mad about that mistreatment. You have held on to what someone told you about your hair, about your body, and you cannot let go. You keep remembering, you keep focusing on that failure. That is a very dangerous place to be. And just like I said, that you cannot dwell on the things that have happened. You cannot dwell on your past. You have to move forward with tenacity. You have to be able uh, to grow. You have to let go. Free that space where you have put that anger, where you have put that fear, that anxiety, that frustration. Free it and put something else. You cannot just, if you let go, you have to replace that. Because if you continue holding on, you deny space for other new things. It is not beautiful to hold on. It is not beautiful to hold on to the disappointments. Just because something happened, you cannot keep referring to it forever. Even if you refer to it forever, let's refer to it as a point of learning, not as a point of that pressure and stress once again that you get so red when you think about it. We need to be able to recover faster. We need to be able to move on, to move forward. And that can only happen when you are in a beautiful, healthy state, a mental health state that allows you to do that. We are also saying that when you have to build a resilient mindset in this in this volatile, changing world where things are happening left, right, center, we have everything bombarding us. We are bombarded with so many things. You have to surround yourself with a supportive community. You have to surround yourself with the right people, the right mentors, the right friends, the right tribe, because these people will encourage you, will hold you accountable, will motivate you, will be there for you. That is one of the most important things. Like it's not just about I think in one of our groups with my friends, we were talking and we are saying it's not just about us sharing and talking about what we are going through, but it is important to who we present our issues to. If you can have an accountability partners and friends that you can pray together and present these things to he who knows why they happened, it's much easier, much better. You will feel relieved because then you are in harmony and in sync with one another. That's one of the most beautiful things that we can do. Also, discipline and determination. Please move to the next slide, slide 12. Let them see that slide 12. Yes, so slide 12. So discipline and determination. And we are saying that because of the resilience that you have built, discipline and determination will enable you to constantly show up and take action. Stay committed even when motivation fades. There are things we want to do. We are so motivated. There are goals, like now, this is February. There are goals that people have set. They set when the year began. And you will realize that I did an article today and I said that 93% of the people who set goals will not achieve their goals. That is just statistics, and it's kind of true. And then 7% will achieve their goals, but 30% of people will give up after 8 weeks or in between 0 to 8 weeks. Why? Because there is no discipline, there is no determination. People did it in the heat of the moment to just feel like they had goals, they had resolutions. But in reality, they did not mean what they did not mean to go through with their goals. Because if you do not know what you want, you will not have a plan to get it, and therefore you will not go for it. So some of the things that will help us build determination and discipline is for us to have goals, to have visions, to have a purpose, know what you want, and then know how am I going to get what I want. That will help you build resilience, will help you focus, will help keep you motivated and unidirectional. I like that verse in the Bible that says that a double-minded man receives nothing from God. And that is it. If we are double-minded, we can't build resilience because we are just thinking if plan A doesn't work, plan B will work, plan C will work, and then it ends up not working at all. You are just their average. So we need to be focused. We need to know what we want. And then as we know what we want, we build resilience by constantly showing up and taking action of what we want in our life. And the last one is adaptability and growth, being open to learning. How open are you to learning and learning? There are things we all know that are completely wrong. Like they are completely wrong. There is no statistics to support it, but you just know. You have to be ready to unlearn. You have to be ready to learn. You have to be ready to embrace failure. In fact, you cannot succeed if you cannot embrace failure. And that embracing of failure is part of the reason we are here today, saying building a resilient mind. Because when you build a resilient mind, you pick the failures that you find along the way, you pick the rejections that you find along the way and stuff, and you use them as stepping stone to keep moving forward. I don't know whether you understand. You just pick them, you use them, and you keep moving forward. And then tomorrow you will realize that you are successful. You are successful. Why? You never gave up. Why? You adopted. Why? You grew. You learned something. You decided that I'm not gonna stop here. I will know. If you went to a meeting, especially those guys who are working and they asked a question and you don't know, or you are given an assignment that you don't know, you don't say you don't know. You go and do a research about it. You get to learn. You add a skill to your knowledge. You add a skill to your life. So it's all about being flexible, being open. And that is something that we all need to build a resilient mind. I think I'll move. Please help me move to slide 15. And I just want to say this, that building a resilient mind isn't about being perfect. No, it's not about being perfect. It's about being determined. No matter the obstacles you have, the strength to keep moving forward. Discipline, purpose, awareness, passion, adaptability, emotional agility, and a community are the tools that you need to build resilience. And remember, every step counts. Let's commit to becoming the best version of ourselves. If there is anyone you look at and you admire them, if there is anyone you look at and the things they are doing impress you or you desire you can do that, those guys have paid the price of working hard, of being consistent, of having a vision, deliberately being self-aware and working on themselves. And that's why they are able to produce results that you admire, the results that you need. And we all can do better. We all can build resilience and we all can bounce back from where we are. It doesn't matter where you are. I've told you, in fact, one of the best places to be is the rock bottom because you cannot go lower than that. The only option you have is to climb up. And we all can climb up if we tune our mind that, you know what, we're going to climb up. You will make it. So, can I ask the last question? And let's get to hear the answers, and then we can have a Q&A. If someone asks any question, you can ask and I'll be answering. I want us to write one step you will take today to build a resilient mind. And those who have a resilient mind already, what will you continue to do? One thing that you will continue to do to remain resilient in what you're doing. Please share with us one thing that you're going to start doing to build a resilient mind. And if you have a resilient mind, what will you continue to do that will maintain that resilience? That is number one. And I also would love to hear what is your takeaway from today's lesson. You can share in the chat. We are following. Lydia, I would want to know. Lydia, I would love to hear what you're going to do to start building a resilient mind. Wanjiko, I would love to know what we will do to build a resilient mind. James Gideon, I would love to know what you're doing that you will continue to do that we can borrow to maintain resilient mindset. And every other person, please let's share them on the chat. And also one lesson that we have taken or something that you have taken from today's lesson. Showing up no matter how big the obstacle is. Yes, Lydia, that is true. We are going to show up and devour the mountain. We are going to show up with a mountain moving faith and calling those things that are not as though they are. Yes. And I love that scripture in Romans 4:17 that says that God speaks of non-existent things as though they are. That's what we are going to do. We show up, we speak, we put in our work, we put in effort, and we keep going. Please keep sharing. I've just seen one person. Oh, Gideon, pick a good routine and yes, yes, yes. That is very true and grow in it. And pick a routine. Which one would you mind to share with us one that we can pick? Staying committed even when motivation fades? Oh, yes, absolutely. We can stay here. Being consistent, small blocks. Yes, yes, yes. We can be consistent. I will accept the past to be my point of learning. Yes, 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 yes. That is true. That is true. We can use our past to see how did we evaluate, how did we handle those situations. If we handled them well, we keep that momentum. If we handled them not so well, we learn from how we handled, how we reacted, and then we unlearn some of the things we thought we knew and then move on. That will be amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Any questions as we continue to share? The correct mindset towards I'll stay focused on my goals, take risks I have postponed for a while. Yes, yes, yes. Take risks that you have postponed for a while. Embrace the life you have been holding yourself from. There are people who have big dreams, want big things, but they have decided we are too afraid. They do not want to shine. They want to remain small. Please, 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 let's go for the life we want, the life we desire. It is all in our hands. It is in our powers. I don't have to be perfect. That is true, James. We don't have to be perfect. We embrace our perfection. We can embrace our weakness and start doing and perfect as we go. Choose to embrace issues and go through. Sorry, I didn't finish that, but it's okay. Sahau yaliyopita. Very true. Yaliyopita sindwele yapitayo ama sijui what was it? Life is unpredictable. Thus we should stay flexible. Yes. Not to give up when I face challenges, to face my fears. That is very true. Amazing, 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 amazing. Yes. Amazing. That's great to hear. Any questions, please? Rock bottom is not the final destination. Resilience will deliver us. Absolutely. Choosing to embrace issues to go through the process of tackling them rather than ignoring. Yes, because even if you ignore, you will still come there. Keep building even when disrupted. Yes, yes, yes. We must keep building. We must put one hand on the work and another one have a weapon. We attack the negative mindset. We attack people who are bringing us down, not by words, but God will give you wisdom. The things that will frustrate us, we keep them aside and then we continue building. let's put our focus where is necessary and where is important. Yes. If there are no questions, can I give this meeting to Doreen to help us get more questions or give her comments? I want to move to the last slide and say thank you so much for an awesome conversation. I'm refreshed.